Sa si Buddhi Ju Sinh Mê Thô Tram Vira Linh Chi Im Đê Gem Ba Di Sangye Sinh Du Minh Tê Uar Gi Roku Nam Da Sinh La Chu Par Sho Idang Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niyatayami Sangye Chudam Soki Chok Nam La Jam Chu Badu Dagni Kyap Suchi Daki Chunyen Ki Pe Sunam Ki Rola Benchir Sangye Jupar Sho Sangye Chudam Soki Chok Nam La Jam Chu Badu Dagni Kyap Suchi Daki Chunyen Ki Pe Sunam Ki Chola Penchir Sangye Jupar Sho Sangye Chudam Soki Chok Nam La Janchu Bardu Dagni Kyap Suchi Daki Chunyen Ki Pe Sunam Ki Chola Penchir Sangye Jupar Sho
Cho. Why? Why is it doing this?
Alright.
Okay, show off. Shintian's here.
Sumpa Shit
Tsupa.
Shit
Tsup.
Sumpa Tsupa Pongwala
Nah, keep going.
Konare Yanlak Chuni Kitok Mar Gulpe Marikpa Yinna Marikpa Kuntak Inge Pata Pa
Wait, you're going between. Go up or down, be a man. Yeah, good, okay. I think you're right. I'm not sure. Dina.
Adina Tong Pang Sugurpe Yanlak Chuni Kitok Mar Gulpe Marikpa Yunge Pe Chirte
One more.
Yanlak Chuni Kitok Mar Gulpe Marikpa Gutla Denpe Pakpa Metpe Chit Serna Makyap.
Nice. Very good. Konare, same as what?
Kachiknari.
Good. Don't mistake it for kona,
Kona.
which means only. Okay. Konare. Yena chikitoma gepe marikpa. Yena. If something is the marikpa, the misunderstanding, which is the tokma. Tokma and dambo, same thing. First.
First.
What's the expression? Tok is part of a triad. Famous text by Tsongkhapa has a name. Tok ta par. Tok ta par. Okay. Tok. Tokma. Tama. Parma. Beginning and middle. Tok ta par. Yeah, it's called gateway. You should start things with good karma. You should start things with good motivation. You could sustain things with good motivation. You should end things with good motivation. Top that part. Beginning and middle. Virtuous beginning, middle, and end. So anyway, Topmar means the beginning of anything. It doesn't necessarily mean first. It can mean the beginning of anything. Chunyi. It's okay. If something is the misunderstanding, which is the first of the 12 links, okay, it must be a pure examination of misunderstanding. Come on, you're supposed to say.
That's not the pure examination.
No, kunta means what?
No,
What's kunta mean without the R?
the signs like the
Certified.
all the indications.
No, as opposed to hengi.
Oh, it's not the learn. It's with the
Yeah, and this is misspelled, but he's been doing it consistently.
Yeah.
So, or somebody, the editor. Okay. All right. Then it must be something you learn.
Okay.
It cannot be something you're born with, according to him.
Okay.
The misunderstanding which causes the wheel to spin must be something you learned in school or you learned from your parents. It cannot be something you're born with. What's that mean about animals?
Oh, they don't have.
Means they don't have
Strictly
that.
okay.
If he's correct, they shouldn't be in samsara.
Oh, okay.
Unless the ant teachers are very good.
Could
Okay.
there be something about instinct that is?
I don't know. Let's go see. Because basically he's saying, because we all know you eliminate. Is it true that Aryas eliminate the first link?
No.
New cases of the first link.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Aryas eliminate new cases of the first link.
Yeah.
Do Aryas eliminate something that's learned or something that's innate?
Learn.
Learned. Who said that? I'll vote for you.
Learn according to this one, right?
Well, no, according to everybody.
Oh, okay.
You know, the only kind of ignorance you don't have if you're an Arya is you don't believe what you see, but you still see it. You're like, I don't believe that Sagang comes from Sagang, but it still looks like Sagang's coming from Sagang. When Sagang stops looking like Sagang is coming from Sagang, I'm an Arhat. And then I can never be angry again at my husband. Because then I know it's me. Then I go to the toilet and I yell at the mirror when something bad happens. Okay? Alright? So it makes sense what he said. Okay? If something acts as the first link, it must be learned. Because Aryas don't have the first link. And the only thing Aryas give up is learn thing. Okay? It makes sense what he said. Okay? And that makes sense because there's no Arya, okay? Pakpame, there's no Arya who has new cases of the first link. Okay, alright? Got it? Gyula Demba means in their mind. Possess in their mind. Okay. What he says is not bad.
Yeah.
Kachikmas are not stupid usually. Well, sometimes they are.
Well,
Okay.
Kasha, what are you translating as new cases in this?
I'm just reminding you that it's not the case that Aryas don't have the wheel. They just don't spin new wheels. But the old wheels are still going. Okay. So, yeah,
Yeah.
until they get to be an Arhat. Well, it depends on what school you're in.
In this school it is.
In this school it is, yeah. Thank you.
You mean in higher school?
This is how I'm
it is
going
not?
to get through the day. Say again? We're in a lower middle of school.
So in higher school it is not this case?
Well, no, I mean in the lower, higher school it is
Same,
this
right?
case,
Okay.
but in the lower school what?
If you're
Hakche.
hot, you're I mean,
Young day, Hakche, Hakme.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's all the different kinds of nirvana.
Yeah, there's nirvana where you still have a body. There's nirvana where you don't have a body.
Okay, I see.
You know, so if there's nirvana where you have a body, you must still have the wheel somehow. Okay,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
All right. Kachignani. So he can. By the way, what did we say? Makyop. Now that's a. I wish he would say more, but he didn't.
He stopped there.
Okay. What did he just say? Makyop. Just because Aryas
get rid of.
don't have the first link.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And just because Aryas have only given up, learned
Learn thing.
wrong ideas, doesn't mean the first link has to be wrong ideas.
It's weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
I
Okay.
see. So he's.
You'll
okay.
understand it when you get home.
Okay.
to Singapore. You'll be on the plane, you go, oh, I get it.
So they're having a feeling.
Okay.
Now, how we can say Makep and not clarify it, I think his next rebirth was as a politician in Washington. Okay.
Oh boy, that was the end of it.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
Bummer.
Well, no, he's going to keep going.
Yeah.
Different kachik, same theme.
Right.
Great.
So we're going to get a little more help. Okay, please read.
Kachit nare.
Yeah.
Yan lak chuni kitop ma gyurpe. Marik pa kun tak. Met partao. Met part tao.
Good.
Dela lenke kikyape chepe. Tong tun.
Dela Lenke. Now I want to teach you something today. Forever. When it's genitive, KYI, say it short, ki.
Oh, ki.
When it's instrumental and the S is silent,
Oh.
make it longer so your audience knows which one. Ki, Lenke ki. Okay, Lenke ki. Kyape chepe.
Ki kyape chepe.
Okay, keep going.
Tong tun. Chemole. Kun tak ni liu chan. Jen. Korwar. Chingche. Kitzawa mirung. Chesung Bei Chir
Semna? Okay, good. So here's two chas. Get used to it. Cha is the hardest one to distinguish between first column and second column. Say cha.
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 Okay, cha.
Cha.
Cha. You know in Sanskrit how we have long A, short A, shastra, shastra.
Right.
Yeah.
A little bit in Tibetan, the first column and the second column have the same difference.
Oh.
Listen, cha, cha.
Cha.
You see, it's almost like a and an ah. So that'll help you make the correct sound. It's supposed to be unaspirated, but it's just less aspirated. Cha,
Cha.
cha,
Cha.
okay. And it's important, okay? Ching means and, ching means to tie someone up. Okay, maybe they're related actually. I never thought of that. But, okay, here we go. Yan la chini ki tomo ki pin manik be kunta me'ata. Me'ata, sorry, we gotta go down. He's being so sarcastic. Isn't it the case that there is no first link which is learned at school? You know, are you telling me, isn't it the case, isn't it true that there's no first link of the wheel which you learn at school or from your parents, which is not inborn? Okay. He says, isn't this the case? Isn't it true that all cases of the first link are you're born with it, all of them? Okay. Then we say, well, why do you say that? And he says, because all cases of the first link are senke. Senke means you're born with it. It comes with inside you when you're born. Okay. Then we say, tamadu, you know, it's not true that it's all inborn. Who said that? He says, well, Tongten Chemo. Okay, Tongten Chemo is this great book by Keduje that I would love to translate. The next good translator, you know, if you guys want to start at 5 in the morning, we should do this book. This book is unbelievable. It's a huge book on how to meditate on emptiness. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I've been using it a lot lately. You know, we didn't have an input. Somehow it didn't get input, and now it's input.
It was in the
And I just like, wow. Every time I look for something, it hits that file. You know? So
What's the English
you can say, what do we call it?
A dose of emptiness.
No, don't give me this bad.
Oh, that's
No,
what I
that's
thought.
the-
That's what you
no,
called
that's-
it.
An interlude.
Yeah, interlude.
Yeah. It's the same tune as somebody else in this room had.
Word, probably.
No.
Oh.
Seiji. You've had a lot of tunes. You're in your second tune. It's a Looney Tune.
It's a Looney Tunes session.
Okay. So this session, it's misspelled. Okay. Matun means harmony.
A chord, yeah.
Okay. So this author has misspelled the word session. Kedubje's book is called a short session on emptiness. and it's going to be 1,000 pages in translation. Okay, it's called a little, somebody translated Dose of Emptiness, not bad. Okay, we call it interlude.
So it's just without an
A moment of emptiness. Okay, so it's misspelled here.
What is that, tongue?
And so is tongue misspelled.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to misspell part of the title, you should misspell the whole title.
Good to know.
Now, be careful because there may be some reason, okay? I don't know. Maybe it's a bad editor in the 16th century. We don't know. Okay? If we can get the first carving ever done, we will know. Anyway, there's this tradition, as I said, in our monastery, that he was getting old and he couldn't see. And he would write stuff and then people would miscopy it. Okay? That's sort of how we make excuses for it. Okay. Chemo is spelled correctly. Okay, from the, I probably just made a going to hell karma. Okay, so from the great book, this is the great book on the small session on emptiness. And apparently it's a genre. Apparently there's been several books by the same name, so this is called the Great One. Okay. There's been a couple of Dongtons. And it says, Guntang ni Luchen Konwa Chimichi Ritsawa Miru. It's not appropriate or it's not correct to say that the learned version, okay, is the root. It's not correct, miru, that the learned version misspelled, kuntak, is the root that handcuffs you to some people to samsara. Luchen is the same as semchen.
Draws people.
It means body havers.
body?
Body
havers.
havers. People have bodies. It means people.
People.
But in Buddhism, people means animals also. Same word. So we say don't kill people, it means animals also. Okay.
Also implies not Buddhist.
Yeah, he's correct. It also implies non-Buddha. Yeah. So actually Buddhists have bodies, but we don't call them body holders. Okay. So anyway, he just said, who? Kidabjin. Kidabjin just said, it's not correct to say that the learned version is the one that binds you to samsara. So that should mean that the first link in the wheel of life cannot be a learned one. Okay. So it sounds like Kidabjin saying that. Okay.
Oh, wow, cannot be learned one.
Okay. It's incorrect, mirung, to say the learned one is the root of what binds you to samsara. Okay, samsara. Where? Okay. Shaesung Bei Chir Serna. Okay. Now this chair is Kidubje talking. Okay. I'm sorry. No, sorry, it's the other guy talking. What I said is true because Kidubje said that. This Sung is Kidubje. Kidubje said that. And we say, well, if you do say that, so really Serna is us talking. If you say that, okay. Kinmete. How do you say no problem in Tibetan? Kinmindu. Kinmindu. We had Duk in Dr. Wu's text.
Hang around.
Hanging.
Yeah, the guy was staying in the doorway. But in modern Tibetan, Duk means is. And Kinmindu means no problem. Okay. And in India or Tibet, when they say no problem, you usually have a problem. Well, I guess around the world. No problem. Oh, no. Okay, Kinmede. Oh, that's no problem. Okay. Marikpa kunta de tu te lo ma gyurki luchen korwachi wichiki tawa minusha bitini bichar. The point, this dunyin means, the meaning of what Kedub J is not said is not, you took it out of context. Okay? You took it out of context. It's true he said that, but that's not what he meant. Okay?
So dunyin means?
So dunyin means what he really meant. Okay? What he really meant was, and then there's a whole sentence. What he really meant was, Maripa kuntakte, this learned kind of misunderstanding, okay? is inappropriate to say it's the root which binds you to samsara for people who never went to school.
Oh. It's inappropriate to
For people who don't have the learned.
Yeah.
Who never learned anything.
Yeah. If someone never learned anything,
Yeah.
KWJ is in the middle of a discussion
Oh.
about Dupte Lo Magyurwa. Okay. Dupte Lo Gyur Magyurki. Dupte Lo Magyur means their mind has not been changed by schools of thought.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, their mind has not been influenced.
Oh.
Okay.
Dupte Lo.
Not good. Gyorigi.
So they're not talking about.
This should have been. We got to check a carving, but I believe it's Magyar. Okay, he said Gyur Magyar, but I think somebody has messed it up. Okay, this is common to say Dupte Lo Magyar. Okay, can you say that what binds people to samsara who never went to school is a learned misunderstanding? Can you say that? I'll say it again. Can you say that learned misunderstanding that they learned in school is the problem for people who never went to school? He's in the middle of that discussion.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Don't quote him out of context. Don't go check the context. He was already talking about people who never went to school. Okay, like ants. Okay, got it?
Okay.
He didn't mean that it was wrong, mirung, to say that anyone had a learned misunderstanding. He just meant, he was already talking about people who couldn't go to school, like ants and birds and fish and, people in America nowadays. Okay? And I believe we have to check that. When you say Gyur Magyar, it would mean people who either or did or didn't, and it's not correct here. It doesn't fit the context. Okay, so I would say it's probably
Lo Magyar.
well, I would have to correct it to Lo Lo Magyar. Check carving. Okay. Otherwise, the sentence doesn't make any sense. Okay. They didn't shun they do they lo gyur. Well, now it seems that this reading is correct.
Yeah, repeating again.
In which case,
Okay. So it is either.
yeah, but it's not comfortable for me anyway. This kind of scripture, this kind of scripture is a scripture. This kind of text, part of the text, is a part of the text which is munzin. And we had it at Dr. Wu's house. We had Rangunne Dupa.
Holds to the face or
Yeah, good.
self-existent
Momi's
meaning.
face.
Yeah.
Rangunne Dupa means exist this way. Okay, that's the synonym for
Exists on its own.
self-existence that we use the most in DCI. Okay, comes from its own side. Rangunne Dupa. Then munzin means to take the face, which means to identify. Okay, and it's a good idiom. Okay, munzin. It means to hold on to the face. Munzin. Okay, so this selection of text, we can say here, shum, is a selection of text where we are identifying the misunderstanding which functions che, to bind us to samsara. Okay, all beings, which functions to bind. Now he added the word kun, which functions to bind all beings to samsara, whether or not their mind has been influenced by
Philosophy.
schools of philosophy. Okay,
Guess what, does the
still uncomfortable.
Does the learned tendency always refer to people who study philosophy, or I thought it would just be humans whose parents said, "Look, this is a spoon."
We would say
Make it
Dupte
perfect."
Lo Gyur.
What?
We would say
Yeah.
Dukte Logyur.
Yeah, there
Of
has to be.
whatever your parents told you, we would say school of philosophy.
Oh,
So science is a dukta,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and Christianity is a dukta, and American culture is a dukta. Okay, it's a school of philosophy. You think it's not if you're born into it, but go to another country and look back at your own country, and you see, oh wow. The more you travel, the more you start to realize things is different. Okay, you were born with, you have cultural baggage, and you don't know until you travel a lot. Okay, not everybody thinks that watermelon juice is wrong to drink in the winter, or not everybody thinks cold water is going to kill you. Or, you see what I mean? Or not everybody thinks that coffee is a good thing to drink. Like Americans. Americans think that, right? Good for your mind. Maybe it makes you nervous and you can't sleep well. Okay?
Konara again.
Anyway, that's a
End of
a
the
selection
Oh,
where Caleb J is talking about both kinds of people. Okay. All right. But I would have felt more comfortable if it had said Dukte Lo Magyar. We could, I mean, you know, since we have a database. What? We could
What's
go
more-
see what he said. Do you want to go there?
yeah, sure.
I think we better go there.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, so let's go there. I should have looked it up for you, but I think I haven't got to your text yet. So, I'm going to say Drup Te Lo Gyur, okay, whose mind has been influenced by a school of thinking. And instead of going through every text in the whole universe, I'm just going to restrict it to Kedub Jain's book. So we go to Sumbum, and inside Sumbum, which subject will it be?
Just
Lord.
Which school of philosophy? Kedub Jain.
Oh.
Dongten Chemu is Prasad.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to assume, well, it's going to be an Uma to start with.
Are you just trying to find? Again, I don't think that book is here.
Umar.
I think I put it in here, even
Oh.
though you didn't give it to me.
I did give it to you the other day.
Is this it?
Kedupi.
Oh, no, that's Kedub.
I gave you a folder that has all of KG's books.
Oh, yeah,
Including that.
okay. Oh, let's go there. He did give me a folder of all of Kedub Chase books. Let's go there, that's even better.
Put it there. I don't
It's
think
here,
I-
Yabse. Kedub J.
Oh,
Okay? Let's go search all of Kedub J's books. Okay, here we go.
oh, one match.
Just one match?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's not Loma again.
And that's not too much help. I'm going to look for something else.
Loma
Well, he's talking about this concept, but I'm not sure this is the right place.
Te Loma Curia.
Dupte Loma Giri Kazanam Chechen. Take people who have not been influenced by cultural beliefs or Dupte Logyata, then they must have been influenced. Because Kitsen De Shel Sunkinam Shel Kilam This is some kind of thing. Okay. It means it's Sema, Debu, and Shalja.
Okay.
But it's complicated. I don't want to go there. Let's see if he talks about Marikpa. Okay? Misunderstanding near Kuntak. Or sometimes you should search for the misspelling. If it's a popular misspelling.
Oh, okay.
And we'll take the S off, which is also a popular misspelling. Okay? Sorry. And then we'll make it a proximity search. Give me misunderstanding pretty close to, let's say 3 lines.
3.
Okay? Give me misunderstanding pretty close to learned. Okay? Here we go. Uh-oh. Wow, that's pretty weird. How about throw in senke?
Okay.
Wah, wah. How about increase the proximity? You sure Tongton Chen was in there, Nick?
It is.
Two.
Well, I gave you a more updated version of the system on your flash drive. Remember, I kept trying to give it to you, and I don't know where you put that version, but it's definitely
Anyway, we don't have it in here.
it's on the Dropbox. There's
Okay,
a
I'm going to
version.
do something desperate. I've been studying this text, and so I have a copy under 6 flavors. And,
Bottom.
oh yeah,
Yeah, oh, there it is.
input copy. Oh man, other version.
In the SCIM Dropbox, there's a KGJ folder that has it for sure.
Okay, this is the
Where
Tongton
is
Chen.
We're in the Dropbox under ACIP database. There's a
Yeah,
subfolder
it's
called Yapse
By the way, here's the correct title of it. Why is this doing this? Somebody's gonna have to teach me. Here's the correct title of it. It's called Opening the Eyes of the Fortunate. It's not. Tongton Chemo is a nickname for it. Okay. Kelsang Migje. Fortunate people. People who have enough good karma. Make Nje. Nje means to open. Without the N, it means to do. Okay. Okay. Now, here's the book that he's supposed to be talking about. Let's go see if it has any, I don't know, kuntaks in it. I doubt it. Doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Okay. How about misspelled?
Uh-huh.
Hey.
That's a different one.
Okay.
Wow,
Wow.
so many.
Nope. How about
Stuff.
Senke? Senke is never spelled another way. I'm going to shorten it. Here we go. Drondo lakunda dalhenge ni yuna. Drondo, the tendency to think something is there which is not there, which means a husband who's coming from his own side. Okay, which is called overrating. Okay. That tendency comes in 2 flavors, kintak and lenge.
Oh,
Learned and inherent. Yeah, and then he talks about who believes it. Probably they're talking about this, okay? Probably they're talking about this discussion. But let's see if it's somewhere else. This is misunderstanding about the nature of space. Now, here's a nice one. He's talking about ants. Okay, Dopur means ants. Okay, so I'm tend to think maybe we're in this section. Okay. This is not the opposite of the inborn tendency to see things as self-existent. Okay? Now he's talking, here we go, look. Lei Chen misspelled, okay? What is it supposed to be?
Luchen.
Yeah, nice. So we're getting hot. We're getting close, maybe. Luchen korwa chinche pizzawa maimbechiro. That cannot be the thing. That cannot be the root which binds you to samsara. What? Deni dupte mawe dakbe tumomayambe zimbe yimbe. That's an idea which is imputed by people who've learned cultural assumptions. Okay, so this must be where you can make a note to yourself. You know, this discussion happens at folio 45B. Okay, so if you want to look really smart to people, you can say that's they're talking about the discussion there. Okay. Anyway, okay, that's enough. We don't have to beat that anymore. But if you want to make a nice footnote, you can say the discussion seems to be at that place. Okay. Konare. Okay. Korowitsawa Gyupi Maripayina. If misunderstanding is acting as the root of samsara, okay, Kilgila Demi Papa Megabata, then isn't it the case that there is no Arya who has it in their mind? Okay? If something is the kind of misunderstanding which spins the wheel, then isn't it true that no Arya has it in their mind? Why? Because if something is the first of the 12 links, there is no Arya who has it in their mind.
He gave us the reason.
Now, this is weird. He's saying, this is, now the question here in these two lines is it yin kyat nyam
Yeah, the equal sets.
to say what's the root of samsara and what's the first link? Are they synonyms? If you have one, do you always have the other? Can you not have one and have the other?
Should be, right?
You tell me. He says they are the same, which means we don't think so.
Yeah.
This is a good critique.
Yeah.
Apparently there's some exception, okay? Because apparently there seems to be a difference between an Arya who doesn't have the first link in their mind and an Arya who doesn't have the root of samsara in their mind. Okay. All right. There seems to be a difference, okay? Dena, okay, if you say that, marikpa chuchen, okay? Then it must be true that an Arya doesn't have it. All kinds of misunderstanding. According to you, if because they don't have the first link, they don't have the root of samsara, then you must be saying they don't have any misunderstanding. Which means that we say any misunderstanding is the root of samsara. So when you say root of samsara, it's more general. Okay? It's more general. Okay? Than the first link. Okay? So we're saying there's kinds of roots of samsara that are not the first link. Yeah. Okay? We're saying they're not the same thing. Okay. Or we're trying to cause trouble, which is possible. Alright? Then he's like, okay, show me something which is the root of samsara that's not the first link. Okay. You're going to show me that? And we say, yeah, sure. Take misunderstanding. It is the root of samsara. Okay, I guess that's where he's going. Okay, my computer stopped working. No, there we go. Yesterday, anyway, I'm not going to complain anymore. The keys aren't working. Some of the keys don't work, which is kind of inconvenient. Marikpe wangi le sa. Somebody translate that for me.
That's the power of the impure karma that's created by the power of ignorance. Or the collection of impure karma.
Yeah, karma is collected. Sak. Give me a related word that we use. Tsok. Yeah, tsok. Let's have a tsok today. Tsok as a tantric ritual means you collect all the food and stuff together. Okay, all the offerings together. Okay, tsok. Sak. So it's through the power, one key, of misunderstanding that we collect karma. And it's through that karma, it's by the power of that karma, ledi, one key, that we take rebirth in samsara, in the wheel, in the cycle. Okay, yebe chesana, makya. Okay, not necessarily so. Okay, not necessarily so.
Oh, so he's not saying that like Aryas are born in samsara again and again because of the power of previous ignorance or something?
He says, if you agree, now we gotta see where the duna is, okay? It's like a sour duna, right? If you agree, well, what do you agree to? He said something sarcastic. He said something sarcastic. Okay, what? If something is the misunderstanding, which is the root of samsara, then there cannot be an Arya who has it. Okay? Then we say, well, let's take general misunderstanding. Dantal, are you telling me no Arya in the world has it?
Right.
General misunderstanding.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Which could include Shanke,
Yeah.
which could include inborn. Are you telling me no Arya has it? Why? Well, because it is the root of samsara. Okay? So when you say root of samsara, you're talking about both
Kuntaka Hanke.
yeah, inborn and learned. Okay? So up here he said, if something is the root of samsara, it must be true that no Arya has it in their mind. But what about Senke?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Okay? It's kind of like we're going there. Okay? But we didn't even go there. We said general misunderstanding. Okay? Are you telling me no Arya has it? Why? Because it is the root of samsara. Okay? So you gotta remember that when you translate this. Here it just says, are you telling me that? Because it is.
Right.
He doesn't say what.
The 2 days are.
Are you telling me that? Because it is that. And then you have to help your reader out. You have to give your reader some help. Okay? Let's say it again. He said, if a misunderstanding is the root of samsara, then it cannot be something which an Arya has in their mind. And we said, well, let's take general misunderstanding. Okay? Are you telling me an Arya doesn't have it in their mind? And he said, why do you say that? And we said, well, because it's the root of samsara.
Right.
Okay? And then between here, he has to say, I disagree that it's the root of samsara. General misunderstanding is the root of samsara. He said, Tamad.
Okay.
Then we say, Marupi Wangile, come on. Everybody knows you collect karma because you have misunderstanding. And everybody knows that you're born into the cycle, samsara, through that karma. Okay? Yubit here.
So if you say that,
Yeah.
it's a makya.
Makya. That's not necessary. That is a general description of misunderstanding. But it's not necessarily the case that an Arya doesn't have it. Okay? Does an Arya have the root of samsara in their mind?
Yeah.
They
that's
have
makya.
they have a thing which generally is described as the root of samsara, but technically it's not. Okay, it's not the first link. Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't it mean even though we get rid of the first thing, we didn't totally clean the root of samsara? If that's true.
Well, yeah, you might say that, but yeah, I would say just because you get rid of the first link doesn't mean that you get rid of what we generally say is the root of samsara. How's that? You know, why am I suffering? Because you don't understand your husband. You know, why am I suffering? Because you don't understand your husband, where your husband's coming from, and you get angry. Okay, when he calls you stupid, you say no, you're stupid, and then you plant another seed, and you you start this wheel.
I think the last time we have a discussion about the root of samsara is the one that is the cause of the first link, but the root of that root is not the cause of the first link. Could they be related?
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. I will sit on it for a while.
Yeah.
You sit on it for a while. We say makyap. I think makyap here means not necessarily, which means just because in general we say that misunderstanding causes you to take rebirth doesn't mean that all forms of misunderstanding are the first link. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I believe that's where he's going. Diminisa means this probably means you can't agree that he doesn't have it in his mind.
Okay.
You cannot agree. What? That he doesn't have any misunderstanding in his mind. He still has some. He still definitely has Senki, the inborn kind. Okay. Let's move on. You're gonna tell us in your next lecture what's the story here. In Buddha or wherever, I don't know. Okay, Kaji. Sange Papa la mibe jikta yabar. Tell or tell? Now, is it sarcastic or not? The statement is Buddha, Aryas who are Buddhas. Okay, sometimes you can say that. Is Buddha an Arya?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so Aryas who are Buddhas, okay, Aryas who are totally enlightened. I'm sorry. Can you have... Now, this is an interesting question. What's jikta?
The
Perishable.
Yeah, destruction view.
destructive view.
So we know it has to be aimed at me or mine. Yeah. Now, can a Buddha have it?
And what?
No.
The first link of the wheel
Yeah.
is not general misunderstanding. It's a special kind of misunderstanding, which is for Sugang, is aimed at Sugang or Sugangzi. Okay, that's called jikta. Okay, destruction view. So the first link of the wheel, the thing that spins the wheel, has to be aimed at me. Geshe Michaels has to be aimed at Michael. Sugangs has to be aimed at Sugang. So in theory, is it possible for a Buddha to have jikta?
No. Shouldn't be.
No. Now, is it possible to have jikta towards a Buddha?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful. He's
Okay.
closer.
Okay.
Why?
Not your
It's
part.
not
it's
mine.
mine.
The person having it would have to be a Buddha.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Because it's always aimed at me or mine.
yeah. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Can you have jikta, which is aimed at a Buddha? No.
No.
Why? Because it's always aimed at me or mine.
Yeah.
So the person having it would have to be a Buddha. And Buddhas can't have it.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a cute point. But now, is he going to go so easy? I don't think so.
Yeah. This should be sarcastic, right?
Now, he says there does exist a jikta focused on a Buddha. This is a verb. Mikpa is focused on. Okay? By the way, Yavata, there must exist a jikta which is aimed at a Buddha, an Arya who's a Buddha. Okay? Why? Sange Papa Ngan Nangya Terangya Tupitsayada Jimbitoba Yubecher. Because seeing a Buddha as me, when a Buddha appears as me, okay, a Buddha appearing as me, okay, and then I'll say it this way: there does exist a wrong idea, no S, okay. There does exist a wrong idea where a Buddha appears to be me. There does exist a wrong idea where a Buddha appears to be me, and you take it to be substantial in the sense of self-standing, which is Udpala's famous word. Okay, we'll say it again. He says there must exist a destruction view which is aimed at a Buddha. And we're like,
Right.
why? And we say, because there does exist a view where a Buddha appears to be me, appears as me. And then we take it to be substantial. Well, what kind of substantial? I'm talking about that one where they are self-standing. Okay. Now, is that possible?
No.
I would say no.
Yeah.
I would say no. There's no such thing as a state of mind, even a weird state of mind, topa with no S, okay? There's no such thing as an idea where you look at a Buddha, it appears to be me, and then you think it's self-standing. Okay? No such thing. By the way, that's the self-standing in your text that refers to two consciousnesses. End of the line consciousness.
Okay.
What are they?
Kunchi.
Awareness of your thoughts. Yeah, or the storehouse consciousness. Okay, those are self-standing. Those are the end of the line. Those are where the buck stops here. They don't depend on other states of mind. They are the core of the self. Okay. Then we say there does exist the possibility that a Buddha appears to be me, and then you think that about the two states of mind. Okay, in your school, according to your school.
My school? No, the
Buddha?
School you're describing. Okay. And then we say makyap. Now, whenever we say makyap, what are we saying about the reason they give? Are we saying it's true or it's false?
We accept the reason.
No, when you say makyap,
Right.
he's correct. I mean, sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Of course, there
When
is
we
a truth
say
to subject, yeah.
not necessarily so,
Right.
when we say not necessarily so, it means we do accept the reason, but we don't accept that it proves what the guy's trying to prove. Okay? We should go to the Japanese restaurant because I like Japanese food.
How about
It's
that?
true that
Okay, I know. I agree with the reason. I know you like Japanese food, but I don't agree with the kyap. I don't agree that if you like Japanese food, we should go to a Japanese restaurant. Okay, so when you say ma kyap, it means you don't say bad reason. You just say not necessarily so. You don't say the reason's not true.
Oh.
You're saying it's not necessarily so. Okay, when you say ma kyap, it means you chose not to give the first possible answer, which is dogma. You didn't say your reason is wrong, which means you don't like Japanese food. He does like Japanese food, but that doesn't prove we should go to the Japanese restaurant tonight. I'm just giving you all these weapons you can use. Okay, I agree you like Japanese food, but Geshe-la said makyap. It means just because the reason is true, doesn't mean the conclusion is true. Okay, got it? So here we said makyap, which implies that we accept
Partially.
we accept
Oh, okay.
the possibility of a Buddha appearing as me,
But
and you think about their consciousness, that it's the end of the line, that it can stand on its own. Okay, now hopefully there's more information,
Might just move on to another day.
and like we want
Yeah. Oh, wow, good.
we want a Chechen. Give me this state of mind. Show me who has this.
Yeah.
You are,
Maybe it's someone who thinks they're Napoleon, and
some
There's this
corrupted
one
life.
can
confused.
emanate as
There's
a
this one
bridge. Can
confused.
you emanate as my shoes or my leg or my mind?
and what is that kachik in front?
Then I was like, they wouldn't put that.
oh, kaching same
Especially you're
Oh,
technically
same
out of
thing.
time.
same thing.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on, you can't leave us here.
It
What if
is.
I die in the car?
It's here.
That's why I said technically. because
Madum
I
na
wanna know
danja
what
sange
happens.
papa kazati nami.
Relaying
You don't get to
information.
be Okay, I'll give you the punchline. Okay. I'll give you the punchline, and you tell me if you get it.
You want to guess if I get it?
This ngar appearing as I.
No.
Okay.
But
What if you say appearing as a me?
as
As a
Amy?
me.
Yeah. What if you say a?
Seems the
that
same.
fix
Yeah.
anything? Now we're back to the problem of a Buddha.
Oh, because the Buddha would.
Is it possible that there's a case where a Buddha appearing as a me is taken to be self-existent?
No. Not according to the Diamond Cutter Sutra.
I'll say it again. Think more carefully. Is there ever a case where a Buddha who appears as a me can be considered self-existent?
Right.
I'm just saying, this ngar you have to translate as a me.
I hear, yeah, I think we got that
And
part.
for me, the story is finished. For me, the story is over.
Is it like the topic Shiva, like unexamined?
Does a Buddha appear to a Buddha as a me?
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not as self-existent.
So a Buddha who appears to a Buddha as a me can be taken by another person
Right. Okay.
to be self-standing.
But it's not,
Oh.
he's still not
But
mine.
that's not his
Still
parts.
He'd
not
have,
that
to
other-
be, he'd have to be the parts of the person who's seeing him on.
Right. It's the same
Well,
logic that
it's
we used
got-
before.
yeah.
We just specifically said
Yeah.
last time we met with Sugeng that you
Can't be
couldn't
someone
see
else's.
someone else's me and call it
Yeah,
Jigsaw.
okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
he's misinterpreting the word, Ngadangaya Zimba,
Me and mine.
which is taken to be a me. He said a me. He thinks it gets him out of it. Okay.
I guess
Somebody
it's something that
considers
he got
it
himself
I.
into.
It seems like it's only.
In fact, it's being considered an I right now, just not by the guy who misunderstands it.
Seems like the same problem we were running into right
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's where he's going. I think so.
We should.
Because his punchline is, okay, you ready? Well, his thing, I'll say it quickly and then we'll work on it next time. Sangye Papa Kazakta Nangne, there is a case where a Buddha appears to be a person,
Okay.
and then we take him to be self-standing.
Okay.
Why? Because there does exist
Sangye Papa.
a holding to the self-existence of a person, which is aimed at a Buddha.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
By someone
Right.
else's.
Then our position, our Sedona school position, is that just because you can hold a Buddha to be self-existent, and just because that Buddha takes it to be me, doesn't mean you're holding to me as self-existent.
Right. Yeah. No, right.
You can hold to a me as being self-existent, but not hold to me as being self-existent.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That would be
yeah.
our position.
Yeah.
What was your text
Okay.
that we specifically wrote that?
And the non-Buddhist guy is saying, look, when you take a Buddha to be self-existent, you're taking a me to be self-existent. And we say, yeah, but a me is not the same as me. A me is his me. That's not my me. Okay? You all right? You all right? Now, unfortunately, in Tibetan, there's no, and in Sanskrit, there's no you see. So, you have to work backwards. You have to frame the misstatement from what he's concluding wrongly.
Right.
Okay, cool. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
If you understood everything, you wouldn't be here. You'd say, I don't have to go to Sedona.
Sasi Puki Juching Me Tok Chang Vira Ling Shin Yin De Gen Padi Sangye Shing Du Mik Te Uwar Ki Jokun Nam Dak Shing La Chupar Shok Iram Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami Gewa Di Gewo Kun Sunam Yeshe Tsok Tsok Shing Sunam Yeshe Le Jung Wei Damba Kunyi Topar Sho. Thank you, Islam.
Thank you for coming all this way to be beat up. By the way, this is one of the reasons why in the yikchas, in the monastic textbooks, you often see this seemingly superfluous rangyundenki gaksa, the person who has it in their mind. We had it yesterday.
Yeah.
Oftentimes they'll repeat who has it in their own mind, okay? To eliminate this possibility, where you're taking,
Someone
you're
else's
looking at a me, someone else's me, okay? So oftentimes in the beginning of a definition, they'll say Rangin Denki Gangsak. We had it here, watch. Rangin. See, right here. We see, you see what I mean? Rangin Denki Gangsak.
John looks
Yeah,
at Joe.
for the person who has it in their own mind. For the person who has it is in their own mind. Okay? So it's just, it seemed superfluous at the time, but now it becomes more important, you know. This is not a me who somebody, the person had in his own mind. It's a me that somebody else was looking at. Okay?
Yeah.
So just store that in your mind somewhere. And I know, you know, competent Tibetan scholars who thought that the Yikchas were ridiculous.
Sure.
You know, because why say in your mind, you know, and like, okay.
In your mind. Oh,
Aren't there other texts that kind of make like a Buddha's me part of mine because anything that's outside of me is part of my first skanda?
Yeah, there are. There's that stems from a debate about the first skanda.
Some lower middle way?
Well, no. I mean, you can see Dura texts which say there's a debate. You know, when you say sukta tiro, when you say first skanda,
Yeah.
body, physical form,
Yeah.
it includes for me the coffee cup.
Yeah. And Buddha's me
Okay.
also.
No, Buddhist not physical.
Well, I'll tell you the
Oh.
basic problem. In the Abhidhamma Kosha, the first chapter is devoted to how to divide the world.
Yeah.
And there's 3 possibilities. 1, 5 heaps. 2, the 12 ayatanas, the 12 doors of sense. Or the 18, what we call categories. Okay. There's 3 ways to divide the world. Unfortunately, the first one only applies to people. And the second 2 apply to the whole world. Okay. So some scholars have said, therefore, the first skanda in the first division should be the whole world. My form must include the coffee cup in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. They say otherwise it would be an unbalanced division.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not the subject. That's standing.